Kayuji, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. पता नहीं मैं क्या बोलने वाला हूँ, but thank you so much for having me.
This is not a very ordinary podcast, which is more of VFX heavy.
इसीलिए मैं थोड़ा सा nervous हूँ क्योंकि all the VFX gurus and geniuses and anyone the audience that is going to watch this हमें इसको क्यों लेके आए? My dad started his life frying wafers and he was a wafer fryer. फर्स्ट जॉब तो मेरा यशराज पे था. आई वाज डूइंग एन एड विद शाहरुख सर. मैं तो सेट स्वीपर था. वी यूज्ड टू लाइक स्वीप द सेट.
Sarzamin.
Yeah.
Any hardcore shots or sequence which had VFX? Backstory on that movie.
Manali gave us really difficult weather. So we came back with only 40%. That is when VFX came. On a film like Sarzani or many such films, it is very important for no one to compliment your real. If they say that, we are funny. Half the time when you are on set and you're training and it's crazy and this and light is going screaming and all this is happening, you say, "अरे मैं VFX पे संभालूंगा."
Who says that?
It's the director. मैं जब सेट पे रहता हूँ तो मैं बैठ जाता हूँ प्लास्टिक चेयर के. कोई मुझे काटने कॉफ़ी देता है, मॉनिटर चालू होता है, ट्रेनिंग चालू होता है, मेरे को पता है राइट मैं घर पहुँच.
Kayuji, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. पता नहीं मैं क्या बोलने वाला हूँ, but thank you so much for having me.
Okay. Also, I've seen a lot of podcasts where the first question is always about Baman sir. जो मैं नहीं करूँगा, जो मैं लास्ट में करूँगा.
Very good.
ठीक है. So you've acted in Student of the Year. So we all thought कि अरे Baman sir's kid will do acting and he'll become an actor. So there were 3 career options for you: acting, direction, which you already chose, and Irani Wilfers, running the family business. So ये 3 में, why did you choose only direction?
Okay. If I had to restart everything, I would go to Irani Wafers.
Exactly. We want to know about that. Not everyone knows about this story.
नहीं मतलब honestly, it is not something. I think by the time I of a certain age, हम लोग ने वो बंद कर दिया that business.
Okay, it's no more there.
It's no more. The shop is there, but it's on under lock and key.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the shop is there. मतलब nothing ran. वो भट्टी नहीं चलती है. I think वो तो हम लोग ने early 2000s में ही बंद कर दिया. It used to be fantastic. My dad started his life frying wafers. No?
Oh my God.
Then you sauce the potatoes in Pune, then come here, and he was a wafer fryer.
Wow.
At the shop, it was a family-run business. My grandmother sat I was the cashier. My aunt was the evening cashier. And novelty cinema ke piche, people used to say, where do you find golden wafers? You said you reach novelty cinema and you follow the smell.
Oh,
So it is it. Yeah, I'm quite impressed to know this word. Our family. Yeah, मैं बैठता था. I used to actually, to be honest, I sat at the galla as a kid from school. I sat at the galla when mom had to go home or something like that. But by then, though, it was all dying down. Anyways, I get this question a lot, especially during promotion, कि why have you decided to change profession? मैंने ऐसा कुछ किया नहीं है. मेरा मकसद हमेशा से ही डायरेक्टर बनने का था. And I felt I actually became obsessed with Steven Spielberg movies.
Okay.
I think, and this is my memory, कि the first film I saw in the theater was Jurassic Park.
Okay.
और मुझे वो दुनिया बहुत पसंद था कि मतलब कोई आदमी अपना खुद का दुनिया बना ले.
Correct.
और वहाँ से आई गॉट वेरी अट्रैक्टेड टू दिस, टू मेकिंग सिनेमा. तो आई जॉइन राम माधवानी. वहाँ पे मैं एज अ प्रोडक्शन रनर, उससे भी नीचे फर्स्ट जॉब तो मेरा यशराज पे था. आई वॉज डूइंग एन एड विद शाहरुख सर एंड मैं तो सेट स्वीपर था. वी यूज्ड टू लाइक स्वीप द सेट. वहाँ मेरी मुलाकात हुई शकुन बत्रा से.
Okay.
जिन्होंने कपूर एंड सन्स बनाए हुए हैं. शकुन बत्रा वॉज फर्स्ट AD और तब तक आई हैड बिकम सेकेंड AD.
Oh, that time. Yeah.
दैट टाइम. और फिर शकुन ने एक दिन मुझे फ़ोन करके बोला, देख मैं एक धर्मा में एक फिल्म कर रहा हूँ, तू आके मेरा DA बन जा.
Okay.
तो मैं आया, हाँ क्या मतलब ऑल दैट, एंड आई जॉइंड हिम ऑन अ फिल्म कॉल्ड एक में और एक तो,
Okay.
विद इमरान खान और अरिंदर कपूर. हम लोग तो तभी लास वेगस जाके शूट किया, मज़ा किया, ऑल दैट. Those days are so memorable and so different and no stress. Tabhi I used to, as an assistant, look at my director and say, what an easy life he's got, you know.
Okay.
I've got all the stresses of the world and all that. Now when I'm in his shoes, I'm I'm like, this is like so stressful. Like you can't.
I wish I can.
I wish I was like, I
Was
was so
that-
jealous of their assistant, you know, or my AD or something there. But it is honestly, I love what I do. I love what I do. I look forward to it. I'm happy to work 24/7. I'm happy to work Sundays, anything. तो only after इतने तो that मेरी मुलाकात हुई करण जौहर के साथ. And he actually said, I think you should do this movie, Student of the Year. You'll get a perspective of in front of the camera, all that. So initially I was very hesitant, to be honest, क्योंकि एक तो पारसी होगा, तो my Hindi is not very strong.
Correct.
My thinking language is English or Gujarati.
Gujarati.
So, but मैंने किया. I decided to do it. But immediately after shoot was over, even before release, I went back to assisting.
Okay.
तभी तो हम लोग ने बॉम्बे टॉकीज की थी. And then, of course, we did all those other films. And for the longest time, I worked on a film called Takht. Film kabhi shoot ही नहीं हुई.
Okay.
But it was Karan Johar's Mughal film. It had been announced.
Ah.
Takht. That was a heavy VFX film.
Correct.
So, मेरा हो गया acting. I've always wanted to be so as I clearly said, maybe I'd love to go back onto the editing table. मेरे को वो बहुत मज़ा आता है.
Okay.
But this is where I belong. मैं जब सेट पे रहता हूँ, वो जो प्लास्टिक चेयर होता है, जो हम लोग मॉनिटर के पीछे बैठते हैं, जब मैं बैठ जाता हूँ प्लास्टिक चेयर के, कोई मुझे एक हाथ में कॉफ़ी देता है, मॉनिटर चालू होता है, फ्रेमिंग चालू होता है, मेरे को पता है कि मैं घर पहुँच गया. That is where I want to be. Now, if the film is good, if the film is not good, वो सब अलग बात है. We have to go and put our best foot forward.
Correct.
So that is honestly my plan and why I chose the career of being a director, because I love it. And I love studying cinema. जो 70s, 80s में कोई पुराना इंटरव्यू सत्यजीत रे का रिलीज हुआ, you get to watch it today.
Watch it, yeah.
So that I continuously do. I will endorse a amazing program on Masterclass that I love. So whenever I'm doing that, whenever I'm at home, whenever I'm idle, my work doesn't get over when I leave the office and come home. Yes, I enjoy a break. But your brain keeps working. How can you keep making it better? How can you do this to the shoot, the script, the edit, the music, the sound, everything? So my genuinely talking about cinema, my friends, when हम लोग बाहर जाते हैं and you sit down with your friends or something, we instantly end up talking about cinema. How someone shot this? How could they think this? I am always want to belong to behind the camera. I am very grateful to doing in front of the camera because I understood what it takes. I walked a mile in those shoes. But I would not want to go back to that. But if something happens, something small, I would be okay. But मेरे को uncomfortable लगता है. पहले तो हिंदी मेरी पहली भाषा वैसे नहीं. दूसरे ऐसा कुछ आप देखोगे कोई हैंडसम नहीं हूँ. So I am just. But when I'm behind, मैं एकदम comfortable. I am ready. I know what I want. I know what I want to do.
Okay. But if a script demands in your film, you need maybe a Parsi. You need a Parsi guy.
कोई स्क्रिप्ट मैं कोई और को लेते आऊँगा. मैं एक पवन हिरानी को AI करके I'll de-age him. कोई ज़रूरत नहीं. If there's something fun, but I don't actually, to be honest with you, no.
Okay.
Honest with you, but never say never. But to be honest with you, no, क्योंकि मेरा ऐसा कोई कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है कि मैं आके बोलूँगा अरे ये तो मैं मज़ा करूँगा. मेरे को नहीं आता
वो मज़ा ही नहीं.
मेरा वो आता ही नहीं. वो ड्रामा जो थिएटर है या जो भी है, आई एन्जॉय वॉचिंग इट, बट मेरे को वो नहीं आता है.
You've directed your first film, Sarzameen, which had decent amount.
all over, yes.
And as I said, you did a lot of podcasts, and did you ever speak in any of this VFX related podcast? So you do think this is important, like VFX nowadays?
On a film like Sarzameen or many such films, it is very important for no one to compliment your VFX.
Good.
Please, no one should come and say क्या मस्त VFX था. If they say that, VFX अच्छा नहीं है.
हाँ.
क्योंकि there are two schools of VFX. One is कि आप Transformers type अगर film बना रहे हो,
Correct.
Marvel film बना रहे हो, तो you're taking them into that दुनिया. When you're making a film that is a realistic film, I am doing invisible VFX.
Yep.
उसका ये मतलब, even if it's an action film, even if it's a high octane action drama that requires creation, chroma, extension, जो भी आप बोलोगे, that at that point, I believe you should say nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
बहुत अच्छा shoot किया है.
Correct.
Because that time the VFX as an institute should be your silent guardian.
True.
That is most critical कि it's like that Anil Mehta sir DOP told me, he said कि when someone comes and tells me आपने बहुत अच्छा ही shoot किया, मैं बोलता हूँ मतलब मैंने अच्छा shoot नहीं किया. Because I became the hero. You don't have to be the hero.
The frame has to be.
Not even that. It is the emotion has to be the hero. What did I make you feel? क्योंकि अगर आप, if you forget everything we want to make in a film and just think from the audience perspective, think from the fourth wall's perspective, कि what is he feeling when he's watching the film?
Yeah.
What is he feeling जब वो इंटरवल में बाहर आके समोसा खरीद रहा है, पॉपकॉर्न है, वो क्या सोच रहा है? What did he feel? What did he connect to while going back home? हंसाया, रुदाया, क्या? That is what is most paramount for any technician. So when it comes to VFX, unless it is a VFX film that is meant to be VFX, like the Transformers, where I feel that, see, it is a departure of reality. It is something you're not seeing. Like, for example, that doesn't even apply to an Interstellar.
Yeah.
Because Interstellar also wants me to feel real.
Correct.
It wants me, I know कि नोलन ने सैटर्न जाके वर्महोल नहीं बना,
नहीं बना है.
right? मगर I genuinely I didn't question it because he gave me that experience. Or a film like
Immersive, yeah.
Immersive.
Gravity.
I remember क्योंकि मेरे को स्पेस से बहुत प्यार है. और जब मैं ग्रेविटी देख रहा था और मैंने IMAX में, I remember in those I saw it in the IMAX dome. अगर आपको वो वडाला में,
Yeah, Rera बोला, yeah.
I felt like I was in space. It gave me that experience.
Okay.
It took me this is the closest I can go to experiencing space. That is the job of the Institute of VFX.
VFX.
It is very important that you see to it that you're not changing the laws of physics.
Correct.
वो ये मेरा थॉट है, मैं रॉन्ग भी हो सकता हूँ. This is my thinking. If I want to, I can do this crazy thing where he jumps from here and does all this, but don't change it so much that I know that this is not possible.
Correct.
That is when I feel the disconnect happens. So that is where I feel VFX plays a very key role. And the only thing sometimes that I miss in terms of VFX is getting emotion. Javed Akhtar had once said in an interview, he said, मैंने एक line लिखा है page पे. I felt the emotion while writing. उसके बाद it goes through 20 hands. From it goes to the dialogue writer, the director, the actor, the editor, then sound is going music, VFX and all that. And then you have to come back and give me that same emotion. So how do you make that land? Of course, honesty is one thing, but if everyone kind of understands the emotion of that shot, कि एक है धामधूम वाला VFX, एक है कि मैंने एक शूट करके आया और लेकिन मेरे को एक लाइन पंचिंग करना है.
Correct.
और वो लाइन पंचिंग के लिए मेरे को प्रोमा पे शूट करना पड़ेगा. तो हाउ डू आई नॉट लेट द ऑडियंस नो कि मैं एक शॉट के लिए मैं क्रोमा दिया. सो आई फील दैट काइंड ऑफ प्रोसेस in movies that I enjoy, invisible VFX, you have to be very careful of that. I never allowed anyone to believe कि ऐसा
कुछ हुआ है.
True.
So in VFX industry, we generally say that if nobody is appreciating your work, which means you have done a good job.
Yeah.
Like, अच्छा VFX तूने किया, उसमें VFX था क्या?
And it's happened in many films that I've said कि I'm so happy you didn't use. नहीं, ये सब VFX ही.
How many VFX shots were in Sarzameen? Do you have a count of it?
I have a count. I'm just trying to recall what is the exact number.
Okay.
It was above 1,000.
1,000 shots.
Above 1,000. No, more. At the end, we had to do some clean up and all that. Yeah, it must have been in the 1,300, 1,400 zone. Of course, some out of that 400 must be heavy.
Yeah.
Some are clean up. Some crew are there. I know one shot I was in the shot because I was moving my hand and all that.
So that has to be removed. That comes to know when you're on the edit table.
वो तो मेरे को पता है. एक शॉट पे बूम आ गया. तो ऐसा है. I would say 1,400 के आसपास होगा.
Correct. So but then as a director, for example, script के time पे, like when you're writing a script, how much importance do you give to VFX? Of course, it depends on the script. उसमें VFX है या नहीं. But do you limit yourself कि यार ये होगा नहीं होगा? Because you're a director. You don't.
To be very honest with you, I do not think of VFX at all when writing the script. I know what I'm writing will have to be done in VFX, but I do not adjust the script to that. Firstly, let me be very honest with you. I feel that if you have enough time and you have enough money, anything is possible in VFX. Just anything. Sabu Surabhi told me, पैसा है और वक्त है ना, कुछ भी हो जाएगा. So that way, I think it's a very big mistake. It's like saying, अरे ये emotion मेरे actor से नहीं होगा तो मैं emotion लिखता ही नहीं हूँ. नहीं, so I don't buy into that philosophy at all. Where it comes in for what you're saying is in the pre-production.
Yeah.
In the pre-production is actually when, because tabhi you start visualizing the film. On paper level, you've given a visual to the film. You know what you want. Then as the movie progresses, as you go into soft prep, into hard prep, you've started to see your locations, you started to see your actors, you started to have a edit flow in your head. That is where I bring a thought onto VFX. This is how it should feel. I know that this sequence, I want it to be a little departure of reality, right?
Okay.
I need to shoot, no matter what money you give me, I need to shoot this in a certain way that has a VFX element to it. That is when I start to adjust the way I would structure the scene perhaps. As of now, the kind of films I do are all invisible VFX.
So,
If I were to do a film that is a more VFX heavy, like a Brahmastra, like Ayan would have thought of VFX the day he
was writing, yeah.
because that is very critical. But he is also not, I don't think he's thinking of VFX, I think he's thinking of a vision.
Vision.
Vision. Like what it can be. Knowing fully well ki this will, or what Rajamouli sir does, you know. And he has a VFX brain. He knows what he wants. I've been on one of those sets in Bahubali. You will not believe how small it is.
Yeah.
When you're on the set, you'll not believe how small it is. And in the canvas, it's infinity.
Yeah.
So, I don't honestly like to think of VFX in terms of writing because I still believe that right now VFX is a tool to help me achieve my vision.
True.
Unless I'm making a film that is centered around that.
Yeah. And how much VFX, pre-planning of VFX do you do before? A lot, right?
It has to be, because VFX is something that can, in an instant, the budget can go through the roof, right?
True.
So, for example, if I'm shooting, I have a VFX shot and the camera is looking at a character in a car and chroma hai, and I have to key in that chroma. My budget will change if I put the car ka glass up or down.
Correct.
The minute I put the car ka glass up, mera reflection, and depending on what is the creation, what is the asset, and all of that you've done, wo sab change ho jayega. So I think of that a lot, honestly. Like I'm working on a project right now, we're just in the writing phase of it, but there is a character that has a small handicap, which obviously the actor doesn't. So I have to think of the VFX that will be brought in to give him that
kind of, yeah.
like I did, and practical effects on it.
Yeah.
When you mix that, I think it works brilliantly.
True.
Like if everyone has seen Forrest Gump,
yeah, the leg shot.
Yeah. So there's a shot where he was sitting on a parapet, ocean is on the other side, and he had to move he's sitting facing here to face that.
That's fair.
Now the actor has his legs. So he will lift his legs over the parapet like that and put. But if someone didn't have his legs, why will they lift so much? They'll just go here.
Yeah.
Slide. So they practically cut part of that.
Correct.
VFX fixed it up.
Yeah.
So this is genius thinking.
True.
So that is something that we have to work towards. These are things I think of under pre-production stage. This is not something I think of honestly on a writing stage. This is in the pre-production planning stage properly.
So, Sarzameen,
Yeah.
how much of, you said there were like 1400 shots, something like that. Okay, there are a lot of fixes
Yeah.
of that. But any hardcore shots or sequence which had VFX and which was difficult, any story, backstory on that movie?
So, I on Sarzameen, I wanted to do a lot of it practically. Which is why when we were shooting in Manali, so I did not go into the film thinking that it's a very heavy VFX.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
In the initial stage?
In the
When it was offered to you?
no, on shoot.
On shoot. Okay.
On shoot. When we went to Manali to shoot, because there were action chase sequence and there's this climax that happens at a dam and all of that. So when we went there to shoot, it was not a VFX heavy film, to be honest with you. What happened is that we went to shoot about 65 to 70% of the film in Manali.
Yeah, but the story is Kashmir, based in...
The story is Kashmir, but we were shooting in Manali for various reasons. What happened is that Manali gave us really difficult weather. So one is that every day it was raining. It was either cloud, sun, so there was no light continue.
Consistent, yeah.
One day there was an earthquake.
Oh, is it?
Yes, one day there was an avalanche. One day all our trucks got stuck and we just sat in the hotel for a day. We got snowed out. I remember a day they had to evacuate us while shooting a sequence and our cars were literally sliding down the road. So we came back with only 40% of the film. We couldn't complete it.
From Manali?
From Manali.
Oh.
The plan was to get 65 to 70%. We came back with 40% of the film. That is when VFX came. And that is when we decided that, okay, and we realized it in Manali. So we actually took our plates and came.
Okay.
This is not something we were going to do. So we went there to shoot the dam. The dam is there. Our set was ready. We couldn't shoot because of multiple weather issues. And that is when we said, okay, we can't go back. It is too expensive to go back. And if you go back also, what weather are you going to get? The season has only changed, right?
True.
From snow to it's now gone brown and all of that, all over the place. So that is when we came back and I sat with Sandeep Kamal, who was a VFX supervisor, and he said, okay, now we need to create this. So that is when he came in and we basically built our interaction points in Mumbai, in Film City. Had to put our cyclorama, and that is how we used all of our existing, what we had thought we will shoot there, over here.
Oh, in Film City.
In Film City.
Wow.
So, and we had planned it while we were there only because we knew this problem has occurred. And we said, let's just take all our plates and come back. So we took all of our plates, we built our asset, we did all of this. And that is, and so especially the climax, the dam climax, we had to do in Film City. But we were shooting it there.
Yeah.
But weather problems.
So even if you had the location, you had to do VFX just because weather...
We had it. We were there. I was standing there. And I could see the weather just change. And the rain just coming. And every day, and you're shooting at 20, when you're shooting at climax, you're shooting it over 5 days.
Yeah.
You have to have light consistency. You have to have time. The start, stop, actors, it takes time for them. Then you're shooting at a location that is very difficult to get to. So your base is far away. So by the time you come and you're ready, okay, let's take the shot. It's gone again.
Yeah.
So that was a bit unnerving at times. But that is where I feel that VFX came to my rescue. Not just to fix the film, but to give me mental support in terms of ye aise ho sakta hai. And I was very happy with it. And of course there were 1-2 shots that we could have improved here and then, that's all fine. But I was very happy with it because I did not ever feel that ye film of real nature hai. Which was my feeling before shoot.
The fear.
मेरा fear था कि अभी if it doesn't look real enough, people won't buy into the emotion. That is when that whole damn sequence and everything that's intercut with it, and it is shot over so many places. But there's a bit of Manali in it. There's a bit of Film City. There's Mud Island. There's Basai. It is all over the
multi-location.
multi-location to tell you one location.
Except Kashmir, which was supposed Kashmir भी है.
हम लोग कश्मीर भी गए.
हाँ.
5 दिन प्लेट to shoot our plates, our whites. वो भी किया.
वो भी किया.
वो भी किया तो वो भी है. So, in terms of that is when I feel when they made me the asset and when I could play around my set is when I could understand it. Because I'll tell you honestly, I've also somewhere come from a school that जितना in camera कर सकते हो करो. We made fake snow of our own to clean the floor. Then halfway through should I realize that all the people have made it brown. But again, VFX came and cleaned it for me.
Yeah.
And so these are things I was panicked about. Because for whatever it was, even though I understand what goes through it, as a first-time filmmaker making a film at a certain scale, you worry कि ये मेरे साथ मेरा वाले में गड़बड़ ना हो जाए ना.
Of course.
So, but that is when all the players who came in to do the job did a fantastic job for me. Yes, there are things we could have done better. There are things that I have done differently. There are things that this shot felt it could have had this and it could have had that, for sure. But overall, I was happy. It even allowed me, for whatever it's worth in the end, at very late before I had to deliver the film, at one point I just said, this sequence, I just wish I wanted snowfall. And Prashant Kundar, who was at Dharma, head of post-production, it's a nakat take. And then last minute we sent some 75 shots to do. I think we said here only.
Oh yeah.
White Apple. 75 shots to do to add snow, and I'm happy with it. Genuinely.
So from that packing up from Manali and doing your rest of the shoots in Film City, how was your heartbeat? Like every day must be like a pressure. ये मेरे साथ ही क्यों हो रहा है? पहले film and that too, it's a big film, first with big star cast.
हमेशा कुछ हो रहा था. I'll tell you honestly. Firstly, Manali was, in terms of the weather, was very, very difficult. Very, 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 very difficult. Came back to Bombay. Then we shot in Bombay. There were some issues going on here as well. Then I had a fall on shoot. I had a very bad fall and I fell down one hill in Film City. And I got a double slip disc. I was on bed. So we had to push the shoot. We cancelled the shoot. Just as that we were getting ready to come back, Prithvi sir, while shooting a film in Kerala, had an accident. He broke his knee.
Oh.
So he was gone. I had to shoot action with him. So even if it's not like I can put him sitting in one corner. He had to run. That happened. Then I shot one whole day with COVID. I was in a vanity van with 2 monitors and a walkie-talkie.
Okay.
Those were the days that I was like, kya ho raha hai? Matlab, what is going on? Until Prithvi sir told me one day, and I was talking to him and I said, what is going on? He said, I have no mind. I have also never seen something being so all the time problematic. So he told me, he said, Kayo, I'll tell you honestly, when the people watch a film, not one person is going to care about the problem you had on set.
True.
So you also don't care. Picture ban jayegi, अच्छा बनाओ, आगे बढ़ो. And we try to do the best we could on that.
Yeah, but again, this is a learning for everyone. जो भी newcomers हैं, they should not be demotivated if things go wrong in their first project itself. Right?
Absolutely, because you are never ever going to be able to explain to your audience why this didn't work. Priyadarshan sir, I think, is doing his 99th film right now.
Yes.
His name Hewan. He said, I am still a student. You have to just keep learning and getting better at your craft. And I would, whatever film I'm shooting next, I will try and put in what I learned on Sarazameen. And then the film I'm shooting next, I could have done on this one as well.
This one was better.
But that is the fun of it.
So as a director, like, you know, you putting somebody else's money. Producer is who is putting money. Everything is accounted for. कि actor will charge this much. ये locations का इतना, cameras da. And VFX है ना हमेशा last में आता है. This is a very common question which I ask everyone. I'll ask producers also. नहीं, but सबको पहले पैसे मिल जाता है. VFX का तो last तक चलता रहता है. Like, you know, one day before the release also there is maybe Sarzimin must also, like, you know, somebody was working on that one shot just before release.
Yeah.
तो and secondly, चलो, even if you budget for the VFX कि ये फिल्म में X amount is the VFX thing. After the shoot, you know, 500 shots more. क्यों? क्योंकि boom बीच में आया, मेरा हाथ बीच में आया, and whatever the cables were looking on. So they're like 400, 500 extra shots which was not accounted for. So how do you balance that? Or you go and you request the producer कि वो थोड़ा extra लगेगा.
I know that when a budget is presented on a script and on a VFX breakdown, I know that everyone has kept their buffers. I know that everyone has kept their margin, and 19-20 होता है. That's not a problem. I also know that after that the actual VFX budget comes only post edit.
Yeah.
Post edit is when you actually know what is going to cost you. And let me tell you, 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, it is 5x the amount that you had planned for.
Yeah.
Because no one really knows when they finally put the shot. At half the time when you are on set and you're framing and it's crazy and this and light is going, you're screaming and all this is happening, you say, अरे मैं VFX में संभाल लूँगा. Is the first thing, VFX में संभाल लेंगे.
Who says that? Is the director?
It's the director only.
Fix it in post.
The only person to blame in all this is the director. So the director is the only man or woman on a set who has no fixed job. Everyone has a job. The actor is there to act, the cinematographer is there to shoot, the sound person is there to record the sound. Everyone has a defined job. Only the director has no job. He has to act like he knows what he's doing. So he's just captain of the ship, just steering everyone towards a vision. That is the only thing he's meant to do. So he is also the person who takes all the glory, and he should be the person who takes all the blame. In this situation, yes, the budget does jump because the reality versus what you put on paper is very different. Having said that, I also feel that we should also be a little more understanding in a budget making beforehand that इधर ऊपर नीचे तो होने हुआ लगेगा और ऊपर नीचे नहीं, नीचे तो होता ही नहीं है, ऊपर ही होता है. That's what happens. Then you get a thought on what you want on the edit.
Correct.
Once that thought on the edit comes, कौन करेगा मेरे लिए VFX पे? Because it is the only kind of department that is starting their work now.
Yeah.
Everyone has sort of done their work. They are starting now. Other than, of course, the previous and all of that.
Yeah, that is
so they you feel that they अभी मेरे को बचा सकता है, मेरे को ये करना है. You realize that you shot. I tell you something on Sarzamin itself. I had a chase sequence, right? I had a chase sequence where one convoy is coming from this side of the mountain, one convoy is coming from this side,
Yeah.
right? And I was intercutting between both of them. On the edit, I felt कि मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि where is this guy in relation to this guy?
The distance?
Yeah, like तो मेरे से एक इधर एक कट शॉट आया और स्नो में सब एक ही जगह दिखता है. चलो मैं यहाँ से राइट टू लेफ्ट करूंगा, यहाँ से लेफ्ट टू राइट करूंगा करके. But where are they in really? Where is my combination? Is when I picked up the phone on the VFX team and said, I need a shot where I get both.
Like a lock.
Like a white shot.
White shot of both of them.
Establish my geography for me. कि मेरा यहाँ से आ रहा है, मेरे यहाँ से आ रहा है, but in the intercut मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कितना.
And that was not shot. मतलब shoot.
That was not shot.
हाँ.
Because you didn't plan for it.
Correct.
You went. Because also, actually, that's not how the sequence was meant to start. But we cancelled what we wanted to start. We said we'd start with go with the convoy. But in that, we didn't realize कि अरे मेरा एक geography establish नहीं हो रहा है. तो that is when I got the team in. I said, मेरा ये 2 shot है. Can you put them together for me? Or just take this one shot and add that second convoy give me a fake camera, swish, and that's how we will do it.
So that was done.
Never done.
And you were happy.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to do real, but
Yeah, of course. Well, like you can't go back, and
Yeah.
especially
because also that shoot was the hardest.
Okay.
That was a 4-day action sequence where I knew that I can't do this in VFX, and I don't want to do it in VFX. That chase, that ambush, all of that, and that is where the weather was hitting us the most. So actually, we were shooting 4 to 5 hours a day.
That's it.
So we didn't have that time. So the whole chase, that car chase that happens with the truck,
Yeah.
we shot that in 5 hours, with the exception of the fall.
The car.
The car falling, that is the only thing we shot separately. Other than that, the whole chase down the mountain, 5 घंटे में सुनील रॉड्रिक्स सर ने करके दिया.
Okay.
उसमें I can't tell you how many times I am seen in that, how many times crew, my camera tracking vehicle, all of that is seen. Then I said they have to be in the middle of nowhere, so there are houses. I said, ये सब निकालो. So these are things that you will never, how can you ever plan for pre-shoot?
Yeah, and many times there is crowd. You can't control the crowd. Like they want to come and see the shoot कि क्या हो रहा है, लोग घुस गए पीछे. And you have only, as you said, सिर्फ 4-5 घंटे हैं. उसमें से इनको साफ कर निकालते बैठोगे तो. So as a director, you must have said, let's fix it in post, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we generally call this this happens a lot on sets. VFX में कर दो.
Yeah. मतलब it is the very easy soft target.
Correct.
And I think you know it as well. You know, it's the easy soft target. Another person who gets it is sound, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Dubbing में संभाल लेंगे.
Double में समा.
So it is also why it's there to a certain degree. If I say no, I need to take this shot again because my crew member was seen in the thing. How would I do that?
So in Sarzabin, apart from that last dam shot which was shot in Film City, कुछ और shots हैं जिसमें world creations हुए हैं जो पता नहीं.
World creation तो नहीं था. I'll tell you where VFX really actually helped me was a lot of times I had to shoot with much brighter light than I wanted.
You had to.
I had to. And the VFX came and repainted all my skies.
Oh yeah, those sky replacements.
That for me was a big eye opener. That for me, because there's a lot of things when you go in day for night and all of that. You can't put a candle, you can't have a torch, you can't point to the sky. So that is where VFX really came in. And also the things I can't do. I'm shooting in a forest, a nature's park, and I have to blow up a house. But that I didn't want to do with VFX. The two places where I get a little concerned are fire and water. So that I said, हम लोग miniature करेंगे, and then you enhance it.
Correct.
So and VFX did very nicely. I said tilt the camera up to nothing, and I'll give you that mushroom cloud and all of that. तो वहाँ पे था. Other than that, I'm just trying to think. It was generally that the climax, the chase sequence, those are our big set pieces, and the opening sequence was where it came into fore. But there were so many shots. But it's not a VFX film.
Of course. And I think most of the indoor shots, the house shots were shot in Manali, or where was it shot? Bombay only, right? Like you.
With the exception of the house, we shot when they go to that forest cabin.
Okay.
And just after the midpoint, when we go to the forest cabin in where he goes to shoot the father. That is the only one we shot in Manali. That was our first day of shoot actually. And even there, then when they go into that forest where he goes to put the gun on the father, that is actually, the forest is lush green. We were shooting lush green. That is where we just took a very small patch of land and put a little bit of fix on it. Everything VFX extended it, yeah. And I had shot that sequence in such craziness because we were hoping every day was a cloudy day. The one day we had to shoot was a bright sunny day. So that I think VFX went mad dealing with. So we put like those honeycombs on the floor to stop the sunlight and all these small things which no one would ever know. That was a very tricky thing, I think, for VFX, not for me, honestly. Where every shot they do properly. Then Kajol ma'am had to fall and she for her we had to double the mattress, so we got a white one. Then through the edit, when anyone was watching that, like, वो तो mat पे गिर रही है, हाँ. But those were that actual sequence. I must tell you, I was very happy with how seamless VFX made it to match my vision.
Which
Because where Kajol Ma'am gets shot.
shot? Huh. Okay, then she, yeah.
That entire sequence, if you saw it on the edit, you'd be like, how are you going to get away with this? And in my head, I had mentally prepared myself कि मेरे को अगर 100% चाहिए, I'll be happy with 75%. But that is where actually creative skill came in from the VFX teams, and they made it seamless for me. Where I was really very happy.
Cool.
How much importance or how much the Sandeep Kamal, you mentioned about Sandeep Kamal, saved you at the end moment when the entire shoot had to be moved from Manali to India. So now that you've done one film, you learnt a lot about VFX. For the second one, would you rather have a VFX supervisor always with you, or you'll take most of the decisions and then only you'll have a...
I won't work without a VFX supervisor. I would be arrogant to work without a VFX supervisor. Personally, I shot Sarzamin in 20... What year are we in? 25 right now? Not 25. I shot in 24.
Okay.
Right? By the time I get into VFX on my next film, it will be 26. Right? Then my next film, what I'm doing, may not have that heavy VFX. How do I know what has changed? Well, every day AI is changing. Which we done Sarzamin also. I know the simple things I have to give. मैं को आपको plate दूंगा, मैं पैसे दूंगा, I'll recreate this movement for you. All of that all we understand. But I still want to make sure. I feel very comfortable when I have a VFX supervisor with me, who's part of the film, who is watching the film overall. Because I think nowadays, what has more and more happened is that we divide our work amongst multiple houses.
True.
So that you have multiple players in it, which is why I feel it's good to have your VFX supervisor who is controlling everything for you.
So why generally do you distribute VFX to multiple places, not just depend
Time
on
and money.
Okay.
Time and money.
So time, understand. If you distribute between 10, you'll have it faster. But why money? Is it cost effective? Do you think some studios are doing it for...
Of course, because when you like, if you just have to roto somewhere, somebody is giving you a better deal, you know that, okay, I can manage this. Then you have some places where you have a very critical sequence. So I want to spend more money on this. I want to do this properly. So you divide it. Everyone does that. It's more cost effective. But honestly, time is a much bigger concern. Like, whoever you go to, there are certain studios that charge a premium. So you don't want to give the basic work to them also, because then you're paying that premium for that.
Correct.
Yeah. And if you know, now a lot of the shots are going to Russia, to Serbia. Sometimes the VFX houses only send them without us knowing. So it's going to multiple players.
True.
Multiple players. It's as simple as this. If you have an orchestra, you've got 100 people in your orchestra, you need your conductor.
Correct.
So that's why I can't function without my VFX supervisor.
And you've seen Indian VFX growing and doing good quality, right? What is your take on India's VFX?
But all the Hollywood VFX we are only doing.
We are only doing, but yeah. Any particular movie that in the recent past that you've seen, Indian, Bollywood movie, or even South movie, whichever.
Yeah.
We'll keep Bahubali aside because that set an example was Bahubali type. But any other movie that you really love the VFX of, and so like, ऐसा कुछ मुझे भी करना है.
Kantara.
Okay, use the chapter 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if I love the VFX, means it's not good VFX, no?
But Kantara to obvious है because the animals, I'm sure.
Yeah.
See, as a director's point, you know कि because when
from a
we
filmmaker's
technicians,
point of view,
we always think कि ये कैसे किया वो.
Yeah.
Because,
Filmmaker's point, I agree with you. Recently, what I watched Indian movies, I'm loving what the South is doing right now. Like even from Pushpa to and in fact, a lot of VFX I must have gone into Manjumal Boys,
Oh yes, of course.
but it's invisible VFX.
True.
but I know a lot of VFX, but I don't know where it's gone. Oh, I love Jigra's VFX. I thought Jigra did a fantastic job in VFX.
So any plans? Do you love animated movies? Do you watch animated movies, like completely CG 3DI movies?
I love animated movies.
Okay.
From movies like Inside Out to all the Pixar. I've seen all them, Bugs Life and Toy Story and all. I love anime. Right now, Inside Out I've gone really extra crazy about. I have loved it so much. Then Up. I love animated movies. But I think that I've enjoyed a lot more in Hollywood, because I feel that they use animation. In fact, Tintin, Steven Spielberg's Tintin, he did it where they use animation to their advantage. I don't know how to explain it to you. Like, I don't know how to explain where ये सिर्फ animation में
हो सकता है, yeah.
And that, it gives me a new dunya. See, the thing is that today, I am going to the theater and watching a movie because there's a reason I'm going to the theater. It can't just be the big screen.
Big screen.
It has to be the experience of it all. So that is why, especially in today's times, why I am excited to go and to watch a movie in the theater. Some of these movies give us that absolute experience that is very, very critical. And I feel that over there, they get the animation very right, but they have a history of it. We don't, I don't know if we have that history. I think Narasimha, I did not seen actually, to be honest. I'm dying to watch it. At one point, Dharma also attempted one Kuchi,
but that didn't release. That didn't release at all.
The trailer had released.
Yeah. So would you ever plan to make an animated movie or direct?
I would love to. I have zero skill set to.
Okay.
I don't think I have the skill set to do it, because I see the film when I'm on set. I have never been brought up in the ethos of making animated films. So I don't know what goes into it.
Okay.
I don't know how the system works.
But as you just said, you can just write a script thinking about animation. You don't have to know the process.
But is my brain wired that way?
Because why do you want to restrict yourself when you're writing a script or making a thought?
I personally don't think my brain is wired that way. I think I would fail at it. To be just straight up honest with you, I think I would fail at it.
Okay.
So whatever said and done, I don't enjoy watching horror films. मेरे को पसंद नहीं है. I can't make a horror film because I am second guessing what the audience will enjoy. हाँ, मैं आपको एक दो जंप स्केयर दे दूंगा, वो सब हो जाएगा, but is that a good horror film? तो मुझे नहीं आता. So because that is my syntax. Now the thing is that I know the mechanics of how to make that film. In animation, I don't know the mechanics. I don't understand it. So you go, we'll storyboard it. Everything will be storyboard. Then we can put a dub onto the storyboard. Then we can get a rough previs on it. Then some animation films you shoot with the actor, right? Where you give them the suit,
yeah.
that whole tracking mark wala suit, and you shoot like motion capture. Sorry. तो मुझे वो system पता नहीं.
So you've learned filmmaking from anywhere, or was it on job? How did it start?
On the job. My dad had at one point told me after I finished my DMM, he said you should go to LA and study filmmaking at USC and all that. I said it's my result. मेरे को कोई LA लेके नहीं जा. And I feel the costs over there are too high. They're too high. I was very keen at a very young age to start working. So honestly, whatever I've learned till now, I've learned by watching movies, reading books, and working.
Okay.
So I actually started as an intern on 3 Idiots.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, as an internship. I couldn't finish the thing, but I had to go back to college. So I did an internship on 3 Idiots. Then I moved to Ram Madhvani. Then I moved to Dharma. Then I moved. I still went just pre Sarzamin. I went back and worked with Ram for a little bit. I enjoy that whole thing. So everything, honestly, you learn on the job. The experience, I would say, your experience you get on the job, you imbibe on the job. but it is great to watch movies. It is a great to watch movies, and I'll tell you, you can break every rule while making a movie. Break any rule you want. All Quentin Tarantino has broken on there. But before you break the rule, I believe it's important to know the rule.
True.
So learn the rule, understand what it is, then break it. Don't say मेरे को ये नहीं because I am my way of making is different. Like Picasso, he's a rule breaker in terms of as a painter.
Yeah.
He's a rule breaker. You would think someone painting like this because his early work it's very classical. So he knew his rules before he broke it. That's what I feel should be done today. So you must keep watching good, great cinema and repeatedly watch the great cinema.
Yeah.
And I am very grateful to my father because of course अभी तो DVD मिलता नहीं है, but in the early days when we used to watch a movie every night.
Okay.
Every night. We used to वो शेमारो का एक दुकान था वहाँ पे जाके used to rent the DVD release, come home and watch the movie. The minute the movie would get over, we would restart the movie, and on DVD there used to be something called director commentary.
At the end.
At-
Yeah. No, as a menu option. Yeah.
So we used to rewatch the entire movie from the director's perspective, or sometimes there'll be writer commentary and all that.
Oh wow.
That was a great learning. अब जो आज with on OTT, I don't see that. I wish that option still exists. वो नहीं अभी नहीं मिलता है.
नहीं मिलता है.
That's why we are doing all this kind of podcast.
Podcast, I'm telling you, I love Potter. This is now I feel the newest in-depth learning.
Some message which you also would like to give it to the newcomers because there's a lot of
Now I am be the newcomer you.
हाँ, but और छोटे like ask them to join and work as an intern because आजकल Gen Z kids are like मैं सीधा film बनाऊंगा. Is that a right approach? Because they've learnt everything on YouTube.
Don't complain. I just tell them don't complain. Everything when you come in and on that first day you think it's going to work, it's not going to work. It doesn't work for the veterans. So don't complain and the difference is if you give up. So if you genuinely come in and just continuously be at it, knowing that there will be a light at the end of the tunnel, even though you can't see the light, it'll happen. Don't feel the need to let it फिर अभी तो अरे यार ये क्या हो गया तभी ऐसे था and everyone will say I'll also say अरे हमारे दिन में ना तो मजा आता you will also get the opportunity to say that. So and our people, my seniors today will say that their seniors have said it to them. So I just feel that today maybe some people want a more structured life, a little more नहीं ये तो ऐसा I think filmmaking वो नहीं है. It can't. It's a art form. It is genuinely an art form. It has commerce with it, but it's got art in it. So you have to just give it your all. And I am most grateful for all my bad experiences. I promise you I've learned the most on those.
okay.
All my bad experiences, all the times I wanted to say, why am I here and why am I torturing myself? I've learned the most from. The ones that I had a great time, I've not learned much from.
Yeah.
Genuinely. So that is something I'd say, please, 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 to keep at it. And don't be upset and grumble. Just enjoy what you're doing. If you're not enjoying it, don't do it.
Now, what do you think about AI? How is AI changing things according to you as a director's point of view?
Okay. So I'm sure you've got multiple answers on this.
Absolutely.
There are the people who hate it. There are the people who love it. There are the purists. There are all of that. I'll tell you my opinion. And the thing is that I have not studied AI as much as I should be. Like it or hate it, AI is here to stay.
Truth.
It is similar in the zone of VFX, how VFX came in at one point and we are like, okay, so now 1 minute, so we can't shoot our stunt real and we can't do, and 1 minute you say, what are you saying? I don't have to go on location, I have to shoot against this green wall. How do my actors respond and all that will happen. It is here to stay. In fact, AI is coming to take over a lot of markets and businesses, right? So here's my take on it. And as usual, I could be absolutely wrong. I could be right. I could be somewhere right, somewhere wrong. I don't think AI has yet found its place.
True.
I think that we are 2 to 3 years away from understanding what it is to use it to benefit us. It is the horse was replaced by the car, and it is the real shoot was replaced by the chroma and all of that. So it is coming. It is not, I don't think it is taking over filmmaking completely when no one leaves their homes. I don't think so. And to be honest with you, I hope not. I'll just be brutally frank. And yes, I come from the purist approach. I know this is a VFX podcast, but I even come from the purist approach that you should do everything you can in camera.
Absolutely. Even we as a VFX artist, we say कि जितना हो सके live करो,
Yes.
then come to VFX, it will look real.
Absolutely. So my take on it, I've seen some stuff that blows my mind. My mother keeps sending me some videos on Instagram saying, "Is this AI?" वो होते रहता है, and it's reached a point now where I also can't tell.
True.
So it's brilliant. Where I think it's coming first is VFX.
Yeah.
I think that VFX artists will have to adapt to the new system of AI, which I think we already have.
True.
How, if you use it as a tool to help you, it is brilliant. If you get scared of it to say that it's going to take over what you do, मुझे नहीं लग रहा है कि वो होने वाला है. So both sides are problematic.
True.
Where if you feel it'll take over what you do, then you will shun it. And by shunning it, you will not allow yourself to use it to your advantage. So I do feel that 2 years, maybe 3 years from now, when it is at a much more usable stage, we will start enjoying the benefits of it.
Correct.
Which I don't think it's there yet.
True. I mean, it's in that fun process where everyone is having fun with AI.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're having a lot of fun. We're seeing this as an AI film. It'll again become something you use in an invisible form.
But I think a lot of ad agencies or ads in the ad industry has adapted AI because for the pack shots, for the quick things and all that. You have worked in ads a lot. You still direct, or you've been directing ads a lot under the banner of Irani Films, right? Yeah. So how has your experience been on directing ads versus directing
well,
the
since
film?
Sarzamin, I've not taken up an ad.
Okay.
So this whole AI thing I've not fully gotten into. I agree with you that yes, Packshot and all this, it has sort of encroached that market, and it does a good job of it. To be very honest with you, I feel that somewhere you have to. I've seen a lot of ads that are fully done by AI, right? That have come out. Those you can tell, but I may not be able to tell in a little while. The main thing is that where is the information coming from? AI is running on information provided by humans.
Correct.
तो वो तो बंद नहीं होने वाला ना.
वो तो और जितना हम डालेंगे उतना AI भी intelligent होता रहेगा.
It is going to be how you use it. It's going to come down to that. Now, does it mean that all pack shots will move to AI? Probably.
Yeah.
Does it mean that now on WhatsApp I will get personalized ads from? I've been hearing this personalized ads about which only talk to me directly with my name and all that. Yes, all that will come in. But it is right now, AI is here. It's all over here. The core I don't think has been set yet.
Correct.
That is what my most humblest mouth is thinking.
Cool.
I don't want it coming and taking over my writing or my direction.
Yeah, eventually that human touch. It's all about why do we watch a film? Because we know.
Yeah, we don't need to be here for AI. AI has to be here for us.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that is how it should be.
Yeah. Because we enjoy.
Is it going to take over? I feel medicine is somewhere that
It'll take over.
will really affect. Like I can get my diagnosis on something from AI.
Which is good because
Which is a good. I mean, I am very happy because it's not my business. But where is that information coming from? It's coming from a human.
yeah.
So that is my take on it. I think genuinely we are not too far and not too close on how much it's taking over. But when you turn around and when people turn around and me, there will be no such thing as a shoot anymore. I don't believe that.
Perfect. So my last question, which I was supposed to ask in the first, which I promised that I'm going to ask.
You notice I mentioned him once, twice in the thing to give you context.
Yeah. So you did mention that the filmy Keeda inside you came,
Yes.
like, started with Baman sir and you watching movies together at home every night, like,
Yes.
on DVDs and all. So, or, the creative thing which came from,
So I'll tell you honestly,
Vaman sir.
I wanted to be a filmmaker before he became an actor.
oh, that was,
Yeah. Or I wanted to join this field. I knew that I wanted to be in this field before he became an actor. But his creativity, him as an entertainer is what inspired me.
okay.
When we were young, and I would say he had just become a photographer.
Yeah,
So
I know.
so initially he started off as a waiter
Okay.
at the Taj, room service.
Hmm.
From there, this is before he was married. Then he joined the wafer business. Then he joined photography. During photography, he did a lot of theater. From theater, he went to advertising. And from advertising, he started movies. So, all through that time, his personality was a very creative person. And he was a performer at heart. So, even at our simple house parties, you always know that he was the performer. तो वहां से I definitely took that excite. No, I'm not a performer. I don't like to stand up and I get nervous if you call me for some school function and want me to say something for 10 minutes. मैं nervous हो जाता हूँ. He doesn't. He thrives at it. But the idea of having that creative bent. So basically learning about cinema. And he was a huge cinema buff in his childhood. He would have a book where he would write out reviews of movies. I went in the theater. He watched Sholay 36 times.
Wow.
Yeah. By now, even I've watched Sholay 36 times, but on Prime Video.
Yeah.
So that excitement and that kira for cinema comes from him. But he didn't want to join cinema. I did
Okay.
at a young age. He was not interested in doing Munna Bhai. Again, same thing. He was worried about the Hindi.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So Dr. Asthana actually is a slightly English-speaking character, right?
Yeah.
Because he was very worried about the Hindi. Only after that he trained and did Lucky Singh and all of that. So that is kind of, but our bond is very much on cinema. And we watch a movie and we both have different perspectives and I really enjoyed it. And he'll say, "Nahin, I feel this, I feel that." But we talk a lot of cinema from writing to editing to all of that.
And for Sarzamin, did he has his creative inputs during script or during edits or after watching the movie? What was his reaction?
I showed him the cut about 2 months before release. Of course, VFX was not fully in, no grade and all that. He gave me a very strong positive reaction. He had two small notes on the film. He said, "This scene, I feel you're keeping it too long. This you're keeping ये थोड़ा choppy लग रहा है. Just see that." It was mainly that. But no matter what, he would not have interfered because that's not how he is. If I go to him for advice also on something, he'll never give me direct advice. Instead, if I give you direct advice, you're doing it the way I would do it.
Correct.
I'll just tell you how you need to tackle the problem and then you figure out the solution.
Correct.
I can tell you the problem. I need you to know the solution. That is the
Crux.
way we do it.
Nice. Awesome. So it was great.
Great for having me. I hope I have not bored you or your listeners.
Not at all. Not
I
at
hope
all.
it went well.
Not at all. Me and my editor, and we'll all be thinking, should we cut anything or keep the
I
entire
think you
episode
should.
as it is? Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was.
No, I think you should cut.
No, we will not. We will not. Even if we cut, we'll make multiple series out of it.
No. Thank you for having me. I hope I was of some help.
Absolutely.
And hope to see you again soon.
soon. So you said your next film might
Yeah.
start in 26.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll have one more session
Fingers crossed.
on before the film releases, and after the film is
Done.
released, when we have the success party,
Yeah.
we'll also have a small podcast about it.
Done deal.
Awesome.
Thank you.
so much, guys.
Hold on. Thank you. And you're very well prepared for this, I must say. I never thought you'd bring up golden wafers.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's so because certain things I definitely want to touch base on because it brings emotions.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Kanajit, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
for
here.
having me. Thank you very, very much.
Absolutely. Pleasure.